Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to Hut's Gaming F1 League. I'm your host, Still Guns. We are starting an hour early again for the second week in a row for rather obvious reasons. In case you weren't in the know, though, the Mexican Grand Prix takes place in 2 hours. So we've got to get all this done in the space of 2 hours, which usually that's able to be done. Oh, controller being stupid again. It's now number 2. Oh, nudge the cable for very lightly, and it's like, nah, gonna disconnect. We appear to be delayed. Possibly? Yeah, we must be delayed, yeah, because otherwise it would be giving me the option to join if you weren't there. Hang on. Oh, that's not even a full lobby. Let's see. We're still missing a Red Bull and a McLaren. Oh, we did just received another Aston Martin, an Alpine, an Alfa Romeo. We're largely going to be composed of some... Controller, stop that! I'm just putting you on my leg. Yeah, we're mostly going... We're going to have... No, hang on. Let me get my words right. We're going to have a few more reserve drivers this evening, as most of the full-time drivers have got a little bit fed up with the game, and I mean, who can blame them? They're getting bored. So, how many people are there? Oh, stop it, you stupid thing! Stop it! This is infuriating. 16 people. 15 now, apparently. Oh my... Yikes. That's not a lot of people. What is going on? Why? We should have started by now. What is going on? What is going on? Like, stop it, you stupid controller! Oh, now it's got both 1 and 4 on, which means that it has to be unplugged anyway. Just... It's misbehaving a lot today. Now it's still insisting on being controller number 2 out of 1. Nope, it's decided to just be number 2 all the time. Okay. Okay, 2 players are rejoining for whatever reason. So, let's see if my controller's gonna behave. Plug it back in. Yay, it's number 1 again. And then I nudge the cable by like 1 millimeter and it just turns into number 2 again or something. Looks like we're finally getting underway though. About time. Still missing maybe 3 drivers, but in fact, yes, 3 drivers. But in the end, that may have to be all we can get. Or I'm struggling with English tonight. Oh dear. I love cherry Coke. Funny thing is, I hate cherries. But I love cherry Coke, so... Maybe I drank it a bit too fast, though. That's gone down a bit weird. Ugh. Just waiting for one driver to load in. There we go. It was Jabba who was holding us up there for a moment. But we can finally get underway for short quali. Bring up all the relevant information, full track map, and lap data. And who shall be the first car? Out on track, we've got a Red Bull preparing to leave, a Mercedes preparing to leave. Oh, no, it will instead be... It's going to be Biscuit who will be first out on track. But that's by virtue of the AlphaTauri garage being a bit further down than the Red Bull garage. There we go, that's the button. Forgot how to change the camera for a second there. Daniel 99. Still not using the number 99. Sensors not made. Oh, bit of a half lazy spin. Not really a spin, but a bit of a slight moment for Goshan, who is currently the only Alpine that Yes, it's the only Alpine today. Unless I'm misreading things badly. Also coming out to the track, Sherlock. And both of the Haas cars. Gary M is one of our reserve drivers. Last time we saw him, he was in a McLaren. So yes, definitely a reservist driving for Haas today. Anyone else who is a reservist? Don't think so. We haven't picked up a full grid. So we only have a single reservist today. Anyway, who was the first guy? It was Biscuit, wasn't it? Yes, so we'll ride with Biscuit. He's coming onto the second DRS straight now, down towards turn 4. And we'll briefly get an indication of the sector 1 time. And it's a 28.882 for sector 1. So that's going to give us a bit of a benchmark. 28.882, remember that. Heading down towards the tricky turns 9 and 10. Rather fast downhill turn 9, and then the very almost immediate hard turn left of turn 10. Down the DRS straight towards turn 11. A sort of snaky bit, more like, not really a twisty bit, it's just snaky. And then sector 2 is a 107.8. And towards final pair of corners, the one's more of a kink than a corner, into turn 14 and then the practically non-existent turn 15, down towards the finishing line, and it's a 129.9 is the benchmark. Reese is next, and he immediately beats that with a 129.4. Big 6. Slightly slower, Angel now fastest, 128.6. Finley Norman immediately goes P2, but still 4/10 behind Angel. Daniel 99 across the line, 128.9, still behind Angel, who seems to have put in a stonking lap.
not even Goshan has been able to beat that. It really is a stonking lap from Angel. Maybe he's been practicing. Maybe he's just naturally good at this track. Maybe it's Maybelline. But 0.3 faster than the next. It's more like 2.5 faster, but whatever. No, that's the wrong button. Yeah, 0.239, so it's not 3 full tenths, but it's still pretty quick. Fair margin to the car behind, never mind. Tom just went fastest, and then Bubbly also goes faster by a little under a tenth. So I was saying that Angels put on their stonking lap, never mind, it probably wasn't. Compared to the Astons. So it's quite possible then that Goshan has had a bit of a poor lap. Is he going to come in? Yes, he is. Points towards the pit lane. It is still fairly early days in this short qualifying session, so there's still time to play with. Yeah, what a lap I was saying, and then it instantly gets beaten. Didn't it say he was... Oh, put the wrong thing on. No, Angel... Huh? I could swear it was 0.305. I don't know. I'm getting... I don't know what's going on. I'm just rubbish sometimes. Oh, someone's coming out. That's a Red Bull. Is that Lagand? No, it's Reese who's coming out for another attempt. Sherlock hasn't had got a lap time on the board. We did see earlier that he had a invalidation. So now who's going to have an invalid lap is Lagand. I mean, it hasn't invalidated, but that might as well be invalidated. That's gonna be a very slow lap after spinning just before turn 8. Caught out by the exit curb of turn 7. Gary M. Currently P15 out of 17. Didn't catch what his sector 2 time was. Still didn't catch it even on the replay. Thanks, controller. I just put you down on my lag and you decided, oh, I'm gonna disconnect again. Gary would... Oh, I thought he was aborting. Nope, he was just getting a bit of a slipstream from the Red Bull of... not Lagand, of Reese. He's actually run out of battery, so he was going for a second attempt. He has improved through Sector 2, but he's going to be losing time through Sector 3 with that lack of energy. Yeah, only 6% as he goes onto the main straight. He's not going to improve... Oh, he does, funnily enough. So he moves up to P13, but he could have improved a lot more if he'd had more energy to play with. Sherlock in his outlap. Now both of the Aston Martins coming out again. Goshan just started a new flying lap. No ride with Goshan here. Oh, that car's in the way. That is Gary M, who does get out of the way, fortunately. Oh, there's a Red Bull going sideways. Goshan through Sector 1, 28.4. So that's a bit faster than what Biscuit managed. So, I don't know what I was doing there, so I was going to try and be the pirate from SpongeBob for a second. Oh, we live in the pineapple under the sea. not me. So Goshen on track to improve, especially over Biscuit's time, who was the only time we've seen before. 7/10 up, all getting a bit out of shape in the exit of 13. So that's going to hurt his lap time a little bit. Not by a huge amount. Into the final corner. Onto the final straight. Opens the DRS wide open. And 128.470. So he's within touching distance of pole. Just over a 10th behind Bubbly, who has just started his next flying lap. And we'll compare Bubbly's time to Goshen now and see if Bubbly can improve at all. Also, TomTom is someone to keep an eye out. He's not too far behind. Bubbly through Sector 1 practically matches his previous best. TomTom trying to take pole himself, improves by 2/10. So at the minute, TomTom has the advantage. Advantage TomTom. Onto the second, back straight. DRS straight for Bubbly then. DRS closes as he goes into turn 11 and then up the hill through turn 12. Got a spin for a Ferrari. 107 something for Bubbly. 106.247. TomTom will manage 106.184. So yes, at the minute, it looks like Bubbly is going to lose provisional pole here. Bubbly does improve, 127.981, but what can TomTom do? This is going to be a crucial lap for TomTom. Across the line, and he goes faster, but not by a huge amount. So Bubbly's still in contention for pole, and gosh, I'm just not looking quite as fast as he has been over the season so far. My light bulb is flickering. That's great. I think this was the Ferrari that spun. That was Sherlock, who has finally got a time on the board of 129.080. Yes, indeed, my light bulb is flickering a little bit. Irritating. I was about to say Java was slowest on track, however he's just gone up 14th. He was the last man in the 1 minute 30s, now they're 1 minute 29.7s. Angel has also improved his lap time, also yet again on another attempt here. We didn't catch his sector 1 time, but we should be able to catch his sector 2 time, unless something drastic happens. Up the hill, through turn 12, across the sector split, and it's 106.6. Does improve by about 0.2 of a second, but it's not a massive improvement. He may at best match Goshen here. Through the final corner, a bit slideways, not a huge amount of slideways. Does improve, he lost time thanks to that, and still only solidifies his current position of P4. There was a spin for Lagand on the final corner, and that certainly messed up his final attempt. Gary M, 0.4 faster through Sector 1, 0.4 again through Sector 2. This is looking like a pretty good lap from Gary here. And fun fact, Gary was my high school nickname, but only in the last 2 years of secondary school. And during my 1 year of college. Improves by an additional 0.3 through sector 3 even. Moves up into the 129 zeros. Slap bang between Finley Norman and Quack. Pretty good lap from Gary there. Don't underestimate this guy. Oh, Angel has retired. I thought he'd crashed, but no, he was just spun and decided that was that. The chair is still broken. In fact, it properly... was it last week? I don't remember, but yeah, it wasn't that long ago when it properly, completely broke. The last piece of steel, keeping it somewhat stable, snapped. But funnily enough, it hasn't done what my last chair that broke did, and it's not... I mean, I'm still... It is freely moving about, but it's still able to be sat on. It's just not the most comfortable thing in the world. Still need to get a new one. Ooh, lots of sparks for Norman there. Normally I would wonder if maybe it was just riding a bit low, but in the end it doesn't matter too much, it's just a game. So this will be everyone's last attempt at a flying lap. Lots of cars coming out of the pit lane. They don't have a lot of time to get around. Left it rather late. 1 minute 44 on the board left to go. And you can see already at AlphaTauri getting a little racy out of the pit lane. That's not a lot of time to get around and start a flying lap. Has Biscuit just started a lap? Yes, he has, but he's going to have a lot of traffic to contend with. Reese has just finished his lap. Big Six also on a lap time here. Sherlock is on his out lap, or a cool down lap or something, but he's going for it now. And it looks like there's been perhaps been a spin for Jordan. Yeah, he's invalidated. He does have the time to get round and start a lap here, though. And I'm struggling to figure out who I should be watching. Gary has come into the pits, so he's not going for an attempt. I thought he was. Goshen is a good bet, as are both of the Aston Martins. In fact, we can watch all three of these guys. They're within the same straight. So what can TomTom do? Current provisional pole sitter. There's 6 seconds left in the session. I think there's one car who may miss out. No, Biscuit has improved in his lap time, but it's only enough for P15. TomTom through sector 1 has not improved. Goshen improves by a very slender margin. Bubbly also does not improve. So now it's on the way through sector 2 for these three. TomTom desperate to hold on to that. Oh, there's been a crash for Finley Norman. Is that a crash? No, he's just retired or something, I don't know. TomTom through sector 2. Has he improved? Not by a huge margin. Goshen does improve by 1.5 tenths. What about Bubbly? Through sector 2 does not improve. Bubbly at risk at the minute of potentially losing P2 to Goshen. But Goshen still has his work cut out for him. TomTom across the line does improve, but it's not by a huge amount. Goshen also did not... Well, he did improve, but not by a huge amount. Oh, Bubbly. Well, I thought we were meant to be riding on board with him, but for whatever reason, it was just showing Goshen's car. Bubbly did not improve enough. Holds on to P2 anyway. And I didn't quite catch the rest of the field, was watching the top 3 a bit too much. So our top 10, TomTom, Bubbly, Goshan, Angel, Daniel99, Pookie, Quack, Finley Norman, Gary and Sherlock rounds out the top 10. Our remaining runners, Jordan P11, Big Six P12, Fusion P13, Lagad P14, Reese P15, Biscuit P16, and Jabber is P17 and last. My light is still flickering. I'm out of cherry coke. No. The sadness. Seriously, if I could get a permanent supply of, like, I don't know, like a tap in my room for any beverage, it would be cherry coke. Like, I love Pepsi and I love normal Coke, but cherry Coke just, I could have it whenever I wanted. Of course, then that runs the risk of getting bored of it, getting sick of it. Who knows? Maybe they put something in it to make sure I didn't grow bored of it. So, our field, moving away for the formation lap for a 29-lap half-distance race. And we're 27 minutes into the hour. And given that the 50% race tends to last 40 to 50 minutes, we should be coming to an end around 10 past, maybe 20 past 7. Bearing in mind that the clocks went back, so yeah, who knows how all the times are in other places at the minute. Yeah, I love cherry coke, man. I can't get enough of it. I mean, I'm not an alcoholic, right? In fact, I'm completely teetotal. So, I find my joy of drinking in soft drinks, or fizzy drinks, or pop, or whatever you want to call it. And cherry coke is amazing. Close second is this one I've got here. Oh, that's about to go. Okay. Dr. Pepper. I've always had trouble with Dr. Pepper. Whenever it gets opened, or whenever, like, for a while I used to use a metal straw. And I'd put the straw into the bottle, and the first thing the Dr. Pepper would do, it would overflow. Even though it was already depressurized, so... I don't know, man. Anyway... we're gonna have a rubbish starting camera again, aren't we? Typical. Typical. The game can't handle having two different types of formation lap. So, the only way we're going to get lights here is if we ride on board with one of the cars, 5 red lights on... Lights out and away we go for the Bahrain round of Huts Gaming League, and Bubbly is in the lead already before turn 1. We are not getting good cameras at all. The game... Oh, that was Goshan making a dive. We've got cars ghosting through each other. And I thought TomTom was at the back of the field for a second there. Bit of a odd things going on. Bubbly leading away from TomTom, who seemed to have a horrible launch. Something I forgot to do on the formation lap because I was too busy talking about Cherry Coke as 2 cars Angel! He was 4th, now he's last. Something I forgot to mention anyway on the formation lap, tyres. What are the tyres everyone is on? Never mind, it's everyone bar 2 on the mediums, Biscuit on softs, Angel on hards. Gonna need to make those hards work for now, Angel. So, Sherlock up quite a few positions, 5 positions gained through the opening lap, but they might turn back into 4 as Pookie tries to make his way past. Bloody light bulb. So it looks like Sherlock, I don't know if he was using energy there, but maybe Sherlock has a bit of a faster car in the straights than Pookie does, but Pookie has the slipstream down towards turn 1. Can he make the move? Well, Pookie's not going to be able to make the move, and no, Sherlock having an awful... Oh no, never mind. Sherlock had an awful exit from turn 1, and then Pookie had an even worse one. Pulled a Mazepin almost. And that has allowed Quack in the Mercedes past. Gary up 2 positions, so he was in P9, now he's P7, and we have a virtual safety car, so that's why people aren't racing. Jordan potentially under threat from Finlay Norman here in the Alfa Romeo. We won't really know until the safety car, the VSC virtual safety car, comes to an end. So the gainers, big gainers through the opening stints. That light bulb is definitely flickering a lot now. It's oh, Bubbly! Bubbly picks up a drive-through for speeding under the virtual safety car. That is an outrageous, egregious error. And he's got to be kicking himself for that. Because now that's going to give the lead to his teammate TomTom. Oh dear. And it's also going to promote Goshan up a place. And Daniel into the podium positions. Bubbly will have 2, maybe 3 laps to serve that. So I reckon lap 6 maybe is when he'll have to serve that drive-through at the very latest. As I was about to say, the big gainers through the opening laps. Sherlock up 4 positions, Jordan up 3, Lagand also up 4 positions into the points, which is rare to see, and Reese also up 3 positions. The big losers... Angel down 12 positions, Pookie down 8, and Biscuit is the first DNF of the session. When did that happen? Maybe I wasn't paying attention. Load shedding with a light bulb. No, it's not a storm, and I don't know what load shedding is. It's just flickering a lot. Rear wing damage for Biscuit, so that's unfortunate, and that's not the kind of damage you can fix under normal circumstances, so Bubbly doesn't want to drive a car that's feeling terrible to drive. Something about Cherry Lucasade. I don't know about Cherry Lucasade. I know that Lucasade, about 12 years ago, more like 11 years ago, they did a cola of their own, as Lagand has. Maybe I've jinxed Lagand a bit because he's now in P14 and now P15. But yeah, Lucozade, they did make a while back their own kind of cola, and I quite liked that, and they haven't made it since. So it's the only time. Have I ever had normal Lucozade? I think I've had orange Lucozade otherwise, but I've not had Lucozade in ages. Not my favourite, to be honest. Oh, Jabba having a moment at turn 10. Now the top three glued to each other, that's not going to last for long, as Bubbly does have that drive-through penalty hanging over his head. He's going to hold it out for as long as he can, gain as much time on the rest of the field, but even with... In fact, yes, he's coming out in now. Yeah, this is going to destroy his race, as Goshan actually put in the fastest lap of the session of the race. Pardon me. And it looks like Bubbly is going to come out in P14. Ouch. That's got to hurt. Fusion putting on a new wing, front wing as well. So, TomTom inherits the lead, and he's got his work cut out for him because it's now a two-way battle between him and Goshan, who didn't have the strongest qualifying performance, but he's definitely able to prove himself in the races. Reese has a spin at turn 7. And all Goshan needs to do is just stay within that 1 second DRS margin. And he can strike whenever he feels like it, more or less. Yeah. So TomTom has managed to put in the fastest lap of the Grand Prix without the use of DRS. Not used a huge amount of energy either. So even though the car behind is sort of pushing him along almost, like a pusher prop engine on a plane, giving him a little bit of a boost. The thing that makes you go is behind you. I've run out of things to say at the minute. Oh, that's a pretty good shot. Oh, Gary looking like he's gonna forces Sherlock into a bit of an error, perhaps, and Sherlock making a bit of his own mistakes as he's used up too much energy too early on. So at this rate, I foresee Sherlock just sinking like a stone. He's already outside of the DRS margin of the car in front, as is another spin, perhaps? No. Just Reese losing positions on track to Bubbly. And Gary, look how much more energy he has. We'll bring up the telemetry, actually, just to give you an idea of how much energy he's carrying. And yeah, this is going to be... I had the words in my head. A cakewalk is what I'm going to use. Not the word I was looking for. Oh well. Licks the stamp and sent it on a car with that much energy. Sherlock does get to the DRS in response, but it's not going to last for very long. And then he's going to start sinking again. Pookie, meanwhile, back up into the points, courtesy of Bubbly's pit drive-through penalty. And he's got Big Six for company. And Bubbly closing on the cars in front, including Angel Lagan getting a bit of... Oh! That's not what you want to happen. bit of contact between Angel and Lagand have turned it into a bit of ping pong, which is certainly not something that Sebastian Vettel likes, I do believe. Now, TomTom, or rather Goshan, within 6/10 of TomTom in front. But is he going to be able to strike? No, I think he's a bit too far behind. He lost a bit of time on the exit of 14. He's got to hold off for now. He did manage to close the gap a bit more, but then he loses the traction war out of the corners. So Goshan definitely seems to be struggling with traction a bit more than TomTom is. So it goes to show just how much he's pushing to try and take victory here. Finley Norman has Jordan in his sights. The Haas got a bit of work to do to try and keep to the DRS of the car in front, and he has just managed to get back within that second, but then falls out. Was he within that second margin? Yes, he was. So that's going to help Jordan a little bit. He tries to make the toe. He's allowed to do that. Norman don't have a huge amount of energy to play with, but neither does Jordan, so they're more or less on an equal playing field here. Into turn 13 they go. Jordan seems to be catching Quack a little bit. Not a huge amount though, and Norman definitely looking like he's more likely to pass the car in front than Jordan is. As the DRS, as the slipstream, but both of these cars look like they're going pretty similar speeds. In fact, Norman a couple of miles an hour quicker. And look how much closer he is. In fact, that's Norman right up the diffuser of the Haas. Had so much more traction than the Haas, but he just had to hold off because that Haas literally blocking the road. Pretty intense battle just for 5th place at the minute, but technically I suppose it's more like for 4th. In fact, it may turn into a greater battle for 3rd. Look at this. Quack catching up to Daniel by a substantial margin. Oh, there's been a spin for Angel, I think. Was it Angel? Yes, it was. Oh dear. In a bit of a battle at the back of the field between Fusion and Lagand. Meanwhile, Goshan still not quite able to make inroads on TomTom. It's sort of trading fastest laps here. Oh! In fact, Goshan getting a lot closer on this occasion. He was getting, we had a pretty rubbish camera angle, and it looks like Goshan may be able to make the move around the outside of turn 4. Can he do it? No, he's got to hold off. TomTom defending. In fact, he switches back, and he has the lead into turn 5. TomTom is going to fight back, though, through turns 6 and 7. Goshan takes the lead. Yeah, my light bulb is definitely dying or something. It's not over for TomTom yet, though, because now he's in the position that Goshan was in. In fact, I think Goshan did use a bit of his energy to get past TomTom there. Pookie has Sherlock for company now. Or, rather, I should say Sherlock has Pookie for company. Sherlock still using all of his energy, even when he doesn't have any. Whilst Pookie has saved his energy, and he's going to be able to make it past Sherlock like a summer breeze. It's going to be so easy. He's going to stick behind Sherlock into the DRS zone, though, and now he can afford to go past. Doesn't matter now. In fact, Sherlock comes into the pits. First of the top 10 to do so, and to actually, stop for a new set of tyres. So that's unleashed Pookie a bit, and he's got Big Six for company now. What can the Mercedes do? He has DRS down towards turn 4, but he's not using his energy. Maybe he's a bit content to stay here, or just knows that he can't get past. As that was happening, guess who's got back in front? It's TomTom. He got past Goshan again. Don't know when that happened. Was too busy watching a McLaren. It must have happened into turn 1 though. So these two now swapping positions, not just fastest laps. Quack has caught up to Daniel somewhat, but Daniel has a bit more energy to play with. So the battle that was for 5th turned into a battle for 4th, and it's now a greater battle for P3, the final step on the podium. And I don't think Quack has stood on the podium this season. In fact, I'm not sure if he's stood on the podium at all, but then again, not too familiar with how things have been run. And that's the second Ferrari into the pits, as well as Jordan. So Daniel and Jordan into the pits for new tyres. And I would imagine that they're putting on hards. Indeed, they are. And that's going to put them P11 and P12. With Sherlock a fairly distant P13. Meanwhile, the top two still locked together in a titanic battle. That's quite reminiscent of Bahrain 2014, where the top two cars were battling each other lap by lap, but still pulling away from the cars behind. So, Bubbly, he will probably have to make his pit stop soon as well. And he's got very little energy left. He's had to use so much of his energy to get back up into the pits. The pits? The points. That drive-through has absolutely destroyed the second place sitters race here. Ooh, yes, Quack and Norman come into the pits, so Quack is going to relinquish his podium position here. So he needs to see if he can deserve that position. And his rival is Daniel99, has the undercut worked for Daniel. And there's Quack right in front. Quack has had an amazing in-lap. Oh, maybe Daniel had a very poor out-lap. Oh. Yeah, light bulb is dying. It's pulsing now. Not flickering, it like occasionally going slightly dimmer. No, now it's like pulsing. Oh, Daniel making his way back past Quack. So his tire's gonna be warmer than Quack's. But he made the move before the DRS zone, so that's going to give Quack a little bit of an advantage towards turn 11. But yeah, very nice work from Daniel as he takes back his effective P3. Not that I know of. I can't exactly check, because otherwise I'd have to go out into the hallway and leave the stream unattended. Ooh, okay. TomTom has stayed out whilst Goshan came into the pits. So Goshan now trying to get that undercut on TomTom. Angel now into P3. However, we do know that he started the race on those tyres. They're going to be feeling a little bit second-hand. So Daniel still essentially in P3 here, and Quack hasn't had a particularly great lap. He's fallen a bit further back than he probably would have liked. Finley Norman, meanwhile, is now in effective P5, as he's jumped both of the Haas cars in the pits. And they've got Pookie for company. Pookie, how old are his tyres? Brand new. So Pookie perhaps held these Haas cars up. Oh dear. I'll get on the ward with my landlord about it. About the light. Ask him for a new one. Okay, so here's the crucial bits now. TomTom in the pits. It looks like he's stationary, but he's not. That's just a bit of lag. Goshan on the straight now. Where is TomTom going to be? That is a useless camera view. He's coming through turn 1, and he's got a lot of space to Goshan behind. So either he had a very good in-lap, or Goshan had a terrible out-lap. Of course, TomTom's tyres are going to be cold, so that's going to allow Goshan to catch up a little bit, but the tyres won't stay cold for long. And it's double disaster for Bubbly, who spins at turn 1. His race is already in the dumps. Now it is absolutely destroyed. It's also gone wrong for Big Six, who's now into P11 as the light bulb just immediately died. So I'm in darkness now. Okay. I don't know what I'm thinking Grand Theft light bulb, but in the end, ooh. Goshan has managed to catch up to TomTom by quite a significant margin. The gap was 1.3 seconds. It's now 0.3 seconds and falling as Goshan has the DRS. He's going to make the move before turn 1. But then that's going to give TomTom the DRS towards turn 4. It's a sort of Max Verstappen and Charles Leclerc situation that we had at the Bahrain Grand Prix in real life this year, but TomTom not able to make the move. Or maybe unwilling to make the move. Also, there's Sherlock being passed by Big Six. Sherlock definitely, it's a bit of a trend I've seen, as we've got a safety car again for no reason. Sherlock has a bit of a trait of being very bad with his energy. He uses it way too much, and he runs out of it very quickly. Or at least he's been doing that in this race. But now he has a safety car to gain back as much energy as he can. And he's going to need that energy. Right. Let me fiddle with the light switch. Because currently it's technically still on. Let me see if That's gonna turn it back on. No, it's dead. So I've just turned the switch off to make sure it doesn't electrocute anyone when they come to change the bulb. As we got this safety car, I'm going to text my landlord and ask for a new light bulb. Where is he? It's going to be a very aggressive text if I have it in full caps. Quick text, and that's done. No, the bulb isn't loose. Can't be loose. I'll check anyway, but I doubt it. No, it's one of those where you what's it called? It's not a screw, it's a bayonet style, that's what it's called. So it locks in. You push it in, twist it a little bit, and then it falls into place. So it can't possibly be loose because the fixture pushes against it. Because of the spring and whatnot. So, yes, we can see change tyres, get back into the race and stop talking about my light bulb. Light bulb, rest in peace, I don't know how old it was. Wrong button. Tyres, relative age of tyres. Most pit stops were about 4 or 5 laps ago. Angel put on his mediums, I think just after the safety car, and that's helped him get up to P9. Though he was P4. Ooh. Meanwhile, Finley Norman got past Quack at some point. So, Finley Norman in a good position to maybe snatch a podium. Though at the minute, it's still Daniel 99, who's P3. Fusion on 13-lap-old hards. Lagand on 9-lap-old hards. At the minute, Angel would be fastest on track on paper, as his tyres are the freshest and the softest, but Goshan and TomTom will obviously be in a completely different league. And then we've got Bubbly, who's got a lot of work to do to get back into the points after that rather lazy spin in turn 2 or wherever it was. I didn't see any penalties, but then again I was probably too busy checking on my light bulb. When it comes to penalties, no one has any. The only penalty I know I've seen was Bubbly's drive-through. Now, that's not to say that some people may have corner cutting warnings, but I've not seen any track limit penalties at the minute. So, at the minute, when it comes to penalties, it's been a fairly clean race. We should also have racing getting back underway for lap 20, as Jabba is the last car on track, and he's about to catch up to the safety car line, field, queue, grid. What's it called? The queue, yeah, the safety car queue, or whatever it is. Well, now, he's right there. So Goshan will lead the pack away. And now it's TomTom on, I guess, the back foot. DRS will not be enabled until lap 22, I think. Should the safety car get back underway for this coming lap. Did Jordan just spun? Typical, I wasn't paying attention. Anyway, yes, the safety car is finally coming in. Goshan leading them down this final sort of back straight. Back straight, boys. And there's the DRS line. I don't think that's the safety car line, though. Safety car line is just up here, and he's going for it. That's the safety car line right there. And we get racing back underway. TomTom under threat from Daniel. The Ferrari not as quick in a straight line, though. Can Daniel make the move? No, he can't. Not quite make the move. Oh, Pookie goes round again! I was about to say he was making a move and someone else having a spin fusion. Oh dear, it's been a bit of a race to forget for Pookie. Fallen from high positions twice in this race alone. Big 6 into 10th. I think he lost a position to someone. Bit bubbly. Yes. Sherlock also losing positions. Oh, a little bit of contact. Sherlock still have the telemetry on. Sherlock still has energy. Oh, gets bumped though by Big 6. Gets forced onto the runoff by the Mercedes. Is the Mercedes going to let him past? Yes, indeed he is. Racing can resume. Bit of a slightly chaotic race restart. Bubbly into P8 and nicely up into the points. Angel on his fresh, brand new, soft, medium tyres, but softer medium tyres at least. Makes his way past Gary up into P6, has a bit of a wobble on the exit of 15. Using his energy, that certainly hurt his run down the main straight here. And the Haas breaks a bit earlier. And looks like it's not going to be the move made for the Haas here. Slightly compromised line through turn 2 for Angel though, and that's Bubbly and Gary gonna try and make their way past, and yes, 2 for 1. Oh no! Angel makes contact. It was a 2 for, might turn into a 3 for, as Sherlock now gets the inside for turn 5 or whatever it is, but has to hold off. Goes into turn 8 on the inside though, and Angel losing positions for those softer tyres, helping him out here as Jabba has spun at turn 8. Oh, bit of a slide for Sherlock. Has to go off the track. I think maybe he got pushed by Big 6 again. So, Big 6, I would expect to be losing his front wing, and Sherlock to be getting diffuser damage. So Finley Norman keeping Daniel 99 honest. And if I remember correctly, Norman has had a podium as DRS is enabled for lap 22. Though I don't quite remember if he has. Daniel certainly has. Norman, can't remember if he has. So a couple of two-way battles here. The Quack is catching. He's within the DRS zone, margin, whatever. Another yellow flag around turn 1. It's already been cleared. Can Norman get past the Ferrari for a surprise upset podium? He's got his work cut out for him, but with the DRS it's going to be easier to stay within range. Bubbly into P6, he's got past the Haas of Gary. Now he's right behind Quack. Bubbly wants to get back on that podium at the very least, but there's only 7 or 8 laps left to go. Got his work cut out for him. And Quack has lost the DRS to Finley Norman. Especially with driving like that, Bubbly may well be able to make the move into turn 1 on lap 23. Yes, Quack is not going to get the DRS. He's only going to have the aid of a slipstream, maybe, as TomTom puts in the fastest lap of the Grand Prix. Bubbly, Angel puts in the fastest lap of the Grand Prix. Bubbly getting past the Mercedes, but Quack is fighting back. And the Quack went splat. I ran out of rhymes. So Angel put in the fastest lap of the Grand Prix. Oh, Jabber! He's retired in the pit lane, so I thought maybe he'd crashed. Nope. He's being sensible about it. Now, what can Bubbly do? He's currently P5, but now he's going to be at the tail end of what would essentially be a DRS train. Daniel, and then Norman, and then Bubbly. What can he do? Can he make his way past either of these two cars? Or rather, can he make his way past one of them, or both? Certainly he's going to try and get past both, but time is running out. Especially for TomTom, our pole sitter, and currently P2, desperate to get past Goshan. Goshan using up his energy a little bit. Using a lot of energy, actually. He knows he needs that energy. Especially because TomTom has a bit more to play with, and Goshan did just put in the fastest lap of the Grand Prix with that lap. Quack under threat from Angel and Gary. So Angel doesn't have a lot of energy left to play with. Neither does Quack, but Angel was below 10% with the soft rubber helping Angel through these corners. Frankly, I don't know where to watch. There's so much happening. Angel has the traction. He's going to have the DRS too. Out of turn 10. Saved up a little bit of his... Oh, that gets him. I said he was going to have good traction, but he had rather poor traction there. Snap of oversteer, maybe. Oh, getting a bit dicey on the brakes. Through turn 12. Don't touch that inside curb. I think Angel is... Oh, no! That is not what you want to do. And that may have given Angel a bit of front wing damage. I don't see any damage though. And guess who's got past Finley Norman? It's Bubbly. And there's been a switch for the lead. Maybe. Looked like TomTom was making a move. He was very close But in the end, it hasn't quite worked out. He still has a few more laps to be able to make the move, though. And he has the energy to play with. And I think Daniel's days of running in P3 are numbered, because Bubbly is right behind. Quack has been passed by Angel now. So we've missed a lot of action, because I mean, we did eventually see something, I guess, but I moved away from this battle to try and catch TomTom passing Goshan, which we didn't get, and we missed Angel passing Quack, so I don't know why people call me an excellent commentator. I'm the only one doing the work here. I'm not damn it, Jim, I'm a commentator, not a camera operator. So Bubbly, ooh, you know, never mind Bubbly, TomTom within 3/10 of Goshan. And this could be the lap where the move is made, and the lap where it could stick. He has the DRS, he's going past the Alpine, he has the inside, but that's going to give Goshan the DRS into turn 4. So TomTom has the lead for now, but can Goshan take it back? He has the DRS. Is he going to use the energy? He's going to turn it into the outside of turn 4. Can he make the move stick? The side by side. Both of them using energy. Goshan holds on to the lead. It's exactly what we saw back in Bahrain real life. And credit where credit is due. Daniel defending for his life. But in the end, it's not gonna hold, it's not gonna do, oh no, that's maybe a bit of contact. Daniel has saved up a lot of his energy, preparing for this moment. Though Bubbly, with the DRS, gonna make the move anyway. Daniel probably wishes he'd used his energy a bit more, and Finley Norman now snapping on Daniel's heels. Daniel could have done a lot more to defend there, but in the end, he didn't defend enough, maybe. We move into lap 27 in just a few moments. TomTom, once again, right behind the Alpine. He has the DRS. Again, is he going to close it? Maybe? No, he's going to sail past again. Make the same sort of mistake inside of turn 1. It's kind of compromises runs through turn 2. And then Goshan, going to have the DRS once again, turns into the outside for turn 4. Yellow flag at turn 13, and the inside for turn 1 for TomTom, and once again it's a carbon copy of the previous lap. So TomTom probably need to come up with a better strategy than that. That's useful to know, so I can get a new light bulb tonight. I just need to ask the other guy in the house for the key to the right place in the house. Oh! Meanwhile, there's been a bit of action. Both of the Red Bulls have retired within a lap or two. Lagand in the pits right now to retire. So TomTom has 2 more laps to try and make this move stick. He's still within range of Goshan. He's dumping his ERS. He's making the move a bit earlier. Goshan also dumping his energy. This time, TomTom further ahead and able to hold on to the outside line here. Is he going to use his energy down towards turn 4? They both... No, Goshan isn't. Neither is TomTom. So TomTom has the lead with 1.5 laps to go. And TomTom has just put in the fastest first sector. It was a purple through sector 1 He has to defend like a lion. DR Energy ERS deployment down this second straight. Goshan will have the DRS down towards turn 1 on the final lap. So now it's up to Goshan to see if he can get past TomTom and make the move stick, but he's a little bit further behind. And you can guarantee both of these drivers are going to dump the ERS down one of the 2 remaining straights. But TomTom has certainly made a bit more of a gap to the car behind than Goshan was, and that's because Goshan is still having, as TomTom puts in, the fastest lap of the Grand Prix on hard tyres. Yeah, Goshan's still having a bit of traction issues. So TomTom really did dump his energy down the main straight. Goshan has the DRS, but neither driver has a lot of energy to play with, and I don't think, I mean, never say never, Goshan could still make the move into turn 11, but at this rate, I think this race is now TomTom's to lose. Also, still defending like an absolute champ. He didn't defend against Bubbly too much. Maybe he didn't think he could defend against Bubbly, but in the end, Daniel is defending against Finley Norman. And yeah, Goshan cannot get past TomTom here. Finley Norman knows he has like one opportunity. He has the DRS. So Daniel covers off the inside. Excellent defending from Daniel there. Making that Ferrari as wide as the track itself. But Finley Norman goes up the inside for turn 13. But in the end, the Ferrari slightly faster in a straight line. TomTom takes the race victory over Goshan by about 0.4 of a second. But in the end, can Finley Norman do it? Can he do it? Can he do it? No, not quite. 7 thousandths separate Daniel and Finley Norman. In the end, it was 0.7 too far. Millimeters between them. What an epic battle in the end. And in the end, it's been a race to forget for Pookie. Very much so. But he puts in the fastest lap of the Grand Prix on soft tyres. So he doesn't get a point for it, but it's a consolation at least. Yeah, either nothing happens or everything does. But there we go. TomTom manages to hold on to his pole position by more or less by the skin of his teeth. Well, actually, it was more like by his entire jawline compared to Norman and Daniel. 7 thousandths of a second. That is the skin of your teeth in Formula 1. So TomTom wins. Goshan will take P3, P2 even. Bubbly manages to fight his way back onto the podium for P3. Daniel, a pretty good P4, if you ask me. Finley Norman, just not robbed, but not quite enough to get P4 in the end. P5 though. Angel P6, Quack P7, Gary P8, Big 6, P9, and Jordan are the final points scorer with P10. And the fastest lap goes to Pookie, who had a race to forget. And there we go. There we go. So I'm gonna close the stream pretty sharpish. because the race proper, the real race, is in, it's not too bad, it's 40 minutes away. So yes, thank you very much for watching, everyone. Go back to that. Oh, no, turn that back off. But yes, thank you very much for watching, everyone. It was equal parts exciting and equal parts boring. But that's how it is with me. Thank you for watching, everyone, and we'll catch you next week for another race. I don't know which track it's gonna be. I don't really care too much. We'll get there when we get there. Thank you for watching, everyone, and until next time, have a good one and good night.